Hello, my name is Stephen King. I'm the junior programming and web shop teacher here at Greater Lowell Tech. If any time after this presentation you want to take a deeper dive into what we do in the programming and web shop, you can go to our shop website, www.gltech-it.com. This is just our website where we kind of highlight our four-year curriculum plan, some examples of student work. We also have some of the colleges that our graduates have attended in the past. So great place to go just to get a little information than what I'm going to get into here in this few-minute presentation for you. So a little bit about me. I'm a graduate of Greater Lowell Tech. I have a bachelor's degree in Management Information Systems from UMass Lowell, and I have a Master's of Education from Fitchburg State University. I also have 20 years of industry experience working as a software consultant in the greater Boston area. And this is my 7th year teaching program at Greater Lowell Tech. I want to start with some of my expectations for this year. So this year is going to be quite a bit different than previous years because of the pandemic. So what I'm asking for all students, and I think most teachers will be doing this if you go to any other presentations, I'm asking students to check in for attendance with me every day of their shop week between 7 and 8 a.m. This way I can give them credit for the day and we can get started. I'm also requiring a daily Google Meet for all students to attend. This is for students that are in person, remote, or full remote. So in this Google Meet, we're just going to get started with the day. We'll do a quick little starter activity, talk about any of the new assignments that I have. Students have any questions they need answered, they can stay on with me for a little longer. And then I'll let them go and work, and they can pop in and out, ask questions as they need. All assignments that I assign will be posted in Google Classroom, so that's kind of going to be the student's home base where they can go and see where everything is. But I will always be available for help during the school day. The best way to reach for the students to reach me is email, but we also have chat, Google Meet, and remote desktop sessions that will allow me to tunnel into the students' computers, take them over, and help them walk through any programming issues that they might be having. I'm going to talk about some of the highlights of what we'll be working on this year. My focus, as far as programming goes, is going to be working on the programming fundamentals. Spent a lot of time as a developer, leading development teams, and the fundamentals of programming is really important to me. Building those good habits, I think will really help them as they move forward in their careers. We'll be using Visual Basic and C# as programming languages to start with. I think Visual Basic is a great learning language. Advanced students may dig a little deeper into C#. And we've also purchased an online Python course that some of the more advanced students may have an opportunity to get into. Or if the students are just interested in learning a little bit about Python, that will be available to all students. I will also be working with the students to learn about databases. So we'll be starting early in the year, just getting the fundamentals using Microsoft Access. And later in the year, we'll dig into some enterprise level SQL Server databases or some cloud-based databases. Many of our co-op employers use Linux as their desktop operating systems and server operating systems. So students will all go through a really short online Intro to Linux class just to get them familiar with other operating systems other than Windows. We also have Macs in the shop that students will get some exposure to as well. I'm expecting by the end of the year, most students will be able to sit for the Microsoft Technology Associate Software Fundamentals certification, and possibly the Database Fundamentals certification, depending on how the year goes. All students will set for the OSHA 10 General Industry certification. That's a requirement for co-op, so all students will get that. And we'll also, toward the end of the year, work on digital portfolios. This is going to be kind of an extension of the web design work that students did sophomore year, but But this year they're going to build a website kind of highlighting what they've done over the past couple of years in programming web development. So they'll build a page about themselves, they'll put their resume up there, they'll put some examples of the work, any certifications they've earned. It's kind of a nice way to highlight their years so far at Gradle. And another big part of this year is employability and co-op preparation. So along with working on resumes, I'm going to work with students on job interview skills. So I'll do mock videotape interviews. Might go a little different this year because of the pandemic, but I really want to get the students ready for co-op and job interview and employability skills. So that'll be a big focus this year. And I'll talk about co-op a little bit later in a few slides down the road. Something else that we focus on quite a bit in programming web development is SkillsUSA. SkillsUSA is the largest student organization in the United States. Allows students to participate and compete against students from other schools in their trade area. So in programming and web development, we have, I think, 8 different areas we compete in. So programming, web development, IT, networking, mobile robotics, and there's a couple others that are slipping my mind right now. But usually all students that want to participate from programming and web development, we can find an area for them to participate in. Last year, we had 40 students from our shop area, programming development, that participated in the district competition. That's where they competed against 4 other local schools. In 2016, 2017, and 2018, we took either a programming student or a team of web development students to the national competition in Kentucky to compete against the best student from each state. So that means the students won the district competition, they won the state competition, and then they were able to go to Kentucky on a full paid trip to compete against the best student in their area from each state. So it's a great opportunity for students to test themselves. And I'd like to take another student this year if we're going. So SkillsUSA is committed to holding competitions this year. We're not sure yet what they're going to look like, but I am a SkillsUSA advisor, so it's something I'll be focusing on and talking about with the students and encouraging them to participate if that's something they're interested in. It's not required, but it's something we encourage. So my grading policy. Employability, as I said, is a big focus, so that's 40% of their grade. Mostly that comes from them turning in their status reports and weekly assessment reports. So at the end of the week, every day they fill out a status, what they worked on during the day. At the end of the week, to give themselves a self-assessment. They turn that on time, they get graded, and that's 40% of their grade. Another 40% of their grade is class projects and assignments, so any programming assignments, resumes, and any other large projects that we work on. 40% of their grade, and then any tests and quizzes that they complete are 20% of their grade. If at any time you would like to see students' grades and your child will not let you look at X2, which is our student information system, you can reach out to guidance and they can give you access to the X2 system if you haven't not done that already. So a little bit about cooperative education at Gradle. So if you don't know what co-op is, we call it co-op. It allows students to, instead of coming into school for their shop week, they go to work at local companies. So later on this year, I'll have students that don't come in and they just go to work. And these are paid positions. Some of the positions pay very well. The students at IBM, I think, are paid $18 an hour. So it's a significant amount of money for students who are used to working at the mall or Market Basket or something like that. It's a big jump. Often these co-op positions lead to employment after graduation. 3 of my co-op students last year are still working at their co-op jobs. They've actually been promoted to college level interns. So while they're going to college, they're still working there, but on a higher level internship. So students are eligible 3rd quarter of their junior year for co-op. So that's going to be probably around the January, February timeframe. So at that point, if there are jobs available, I can send the students out to work on co-op. In order to be eligible for co-op, though, there's a few things students have to have. They have to have good grades, so they have to be passing all their academic classes, and they have to have at least an 80 in their shopping-related classes. They have to have the OSHA 10 certification. They have to have good attendance. And we're looking for students that are self-motivated and able to work independently. So we're looking for attitude and maturity. Some students, junior year, aren't yet ready to go out and co-op, and that's fine. But for the students that are, these are the things we're looking at, as well as transportation. So some of the jobs aren't local, so students need to have a car and a license to get there. Some of our current co-op education partners, IBM usually hires quite a few of our students and usually keeps a couple on while they're in college. BAE is a rather new co-op provider for us. They've been hiring a couple students a year. So I think co-op's a great opportunity. It was something I did when I was in high school. I think it led to great opportunities for me as I progressed through my career. The problem we've been having the last few years is I have co-op positions available, but I don't have students that have a car and their license and transportation to get to those co-op jobs. So I need your help to work with your kids, help motivate them to get their car, get their license. If they don't have a job early in the junior year, maybe they can get that job so they can start saving up for that car or those driving lessons. I know they're pretty expensive. I know a lot of students last year had problems getting driver's lessons because of the pandemic. So hopefully that's not the case this year. But I hate to have co-op positions available and students without transportation that I can send them. So I just ask for your help and help motivate the students who might be, or your children who might be procrastinating to get those jobs. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions during this presentation, this is a recorded presentation, so you could just ask them through chat. When I'm done talking, this is going to loop again. I'll answer anything through chat, and if we need to, I can stop the presentation and we can talk back and forth. Thank you very much.